We were just laughing about off camera. We started to talk about the last segment that we just did about feelings and about true feelings inside. And Jason
Hmm.
said some things that was just amazing
I,
about how, because before he was always, I don't know how I'm gonna fit on camera. I'm kind of shy, and I don't know if I'm gonna come across. And now, what did you just say?
I said I feel like when you're honest with who you really are and you go deeper than the surface, all those distractions on the surface that matter, they vanish. It's like when you talk about how you really feel, you can communicate on soul level, and you feel so much emotion, so much feeling, and that's how I want to live my life. I don't want to live my life on the surface.
Wonderful, Jason. See,
That's what's important to me.
just a few days, look how you have grown. And you can look back on some of the other footage that we did and you can see yourself. And you can actually, that's why I'm doing this, because I want you to see Jason grow. I want you to see each conversation that we're having that's growing you. And also, believe me, somebody out there is growing from your story.
Hmm.
And this is awesome. And one day you might, being such a good writer, you might want to write this. Might want to write this journey, and then you have it all.
I think I would like to do that very much.
Play it, you just, it's because a lot of people write books from their journals. And so
Yeah.
you may have a book here.
I would
Because
like
we're gonna
that.
be together for a while,
Yes, we are.
it takes time to really build what you want, and we're gonna stick to it.
Hmm.
Now, we had said that we were gonna come back, and this segment was gonna be about an assignment that I gave to you, Jason. Yesterday, my assignment, and every day I do give you assignments, and you fulfill them.
Mhm.
So far, you got a B plus.
Thank you.
And you know why.
Yes, yes. I'm working
You
toward
have
an
you
end.
have to always finish what you start. Remember that. But you got to be plus because you're faithful. But last night you did something that I asked you to do, and you did join an internet marketing
Webinar.
webinar. But also, not only did you join the webinar last night, you actually joined the system, right?
Yes.
You're a member of the system. So we're going to sit back and listen to Jason talk about his assignment, because I've made up my mind that I wasn't going to push him through this. This has to be his choice and his to do, because this is a business that is started by my son, Vince Reed.
Yes.
And I think I know the company is called MITS.
MITS, yes.
And do you remember what the initials is? Internet,
my information,
my internet.
my internet trafficking, MITS, my internet trafficking system.
Oh, wonderful,
Yes.
Jason. I tested you on that. Very good. Okay, now Jason's going to tell you about his assignment and what he felt and what he got from it. And I may interject a little things every now and then. So
Okay.
you got it, Jason.
I feel that the webinar was, Vince did a great job explaining how the system actually works. What I took most from it, because I was taking notes the entire time, I was paying very close attention to the things he was telling us, because it wasn't just him explaining how the system works. It was him explaining how concepts work, how the concept of success works, and how the system that he made isn't really the success in itself, but it's a tool that the successful mind and the successful person uses to become successful. And so what he had to bring to the table was something I was just learning from off the bat. And I had asked him a question. I said, for someone who was just starting out in MITS, and also as a business that he just started at the same time, is very new to this but wants to go far, I asked him, what advice do you have for someone who sees the potential but may not have the knowledge that he needs right now to go as far as he'd like on his own? And when he saw my question, Vince took that and he ran with it, and I'm so glad that he did. He essentially told us many important things, one of which was you have to do what you don't want to do. And what does that mean, really? You have to do what you don't want to do. It's easy to sleep in late. It's easy to go home and do whatever you do, watch TV, But what's really important is considering the things that you don't want to do. If you do the things that you don't want to do in that very moment, you let the distractions fall off. And you make the choice. You endure the pain and you do what you can to not to do what you want to do. to get successful. Wake up early enough at 6 in the morning. You
Hmm.
know, don't watch TV. Instead, read a book. Read a book on how you can become successful. You know, build your business, and just follow those things. And I think through that, I learned that. And I had always known, but it was more motivation for me to get on the ball more so and to be the successful person I want to be.
Well, absolutely, because that's why you got to be plus, because you went back on your own rule
Mhm.
and stepped away from something you should have gave your whole heart to,
Mhm.
which you gave part of your heart to.
Mhm.
And that's what I do for you. I have to be honest with you. I can't give you an A plus
Mhm.
when you don't deserve an A plus.
Yeah.
Okay,
And A
so
plus is our big shoes to fill, but they're my shoes.
exactly. There you go. There you go. Well, I just want to tell you right now that I was listening on that
Mm-hmm.
on that webinar last night,
Mhm.
and I didn't know it was you that wrote that
Mhm.
question. And I listened to my son answer that question, and it brought tears to my eyes
Mhm.
because I saw myself in my son, or my son in me. I
Mhm.
mean, you usually see your daughter doing things that you do, but my son is as passionate about giving and caring for others as I am. And that tells me, Jason, that I did something right.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
something right, because it's not about the money with my son.
Mhm.
I was so proud of him. It's about those people that drop their lives in his hands and ask him for help.
Yeah.
And it's his service that my son gives to others.
It's a wonderful
It just
thing.
made me so
And I
proud
felt it.
of him.
I could feel it, and and he didn't have to give us all the information. You know, he could have withheld some information, but when I asked that question, he poured his heart out.
He did. He
And
did.
I was so thankful to receive that message,
He
because
did.
that message is going to help change my life for the
Yes.
better.
Yes, and you know what, Jason, that I noticed last night listening to him and teaching, I thought about you when you came to me and you said, I want to be a motivational speaker. Well,
Mm.
there you have it. If that wasn't a motivational speech, because I know my son and I know what he looks like, it was like looking at him on a stage speaking to thousands of people,
Yeah.
and everybody leaving there saying, way to go, Vincent.
Yeah.
You know, everybody leaving there with fire,
Yeah.
ready to go and tackle the world. That's what you call a motivational speaker.
Mm-hmm.
He
And I
really,
have so much respect for that.
yes, because when you came here today and I told you got a B plus because of something you didn't give your whole heart to,
Mhm.
I knew that what Vincent did last night was the best thing could ever happen for you, because that'll never happen again.
Mhm.
You know now that you give it your all.
Yeah.
You get up out of that bed. You make a schedule, and that's something we're going to start talking about, because you have been living your life lackadaisy.
Mhm.
Get up when you want to, do no organization,
Mhm.
nothing like that. You got to have an organization skill
Mhm.
that tells you, this is what I got to do tomorrow. I got to do this, and put everything in place and do it.
Right. And that's not an easy thing to do. I know almost everyone I know doesn't really have a structured system, you know, when they wake up in the morning
Mhm.
or whatever. Most of my friends are a lot like that too, and I think this can be good for everybody to benefit from, especially me, because I know where it is I want to go.
Well, I'm so happy that he talked, and your question was straight at you,
Mhm.
and he has no idea, but he'll know after you send him a clip of this how much he helped you, and
Yeah.
what a great mentor he is.
Absolutely. And I typed a response too, and I said, you know, Vince, thank you so much. I said, you know, I'm taking notes on everything. I can never stop learning, and I wish I was there in person. I wish I could be there to shake his hand.
Hopefully you'll
and
get a
talk
chance
to
to meet him soon.
I hope so.
Yes.
That'd be very
So
nice.
here we are. We're getting ready to clip here and do one more session, and we're done for the day. And we want to say thank you again to Vincent,
Mhm.
and hello to all of those MITS members out there, and tell you that we are so happy that you're part of such a wonderful, powerful, motivational speaker.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Bye now.